So we discussed it multiple times here, profiles topic in the reports development also. At the time of developing the reports, so we usually do two triggers before report and after report triggers to set up the profiles. So once you set up the profiles, you will get the right data. That means the proper data based on the end user. So we'll discuss today what is the profile. It is an option to change the way of application running dynamically. That means, sir, based on the end user. Suppose if a US user is logged into Oracle application, the US end user can see only the US data. At any cost, he doesn't look into the other country data like India and UK. So same concept is applicable for Indian end users. Indian end user can view the only India data. That too, whenever the India end user log into Oracle application, by default, he will get the INR, Indian currency. Then US end user will get the dollar, US dollar. So that's called as the application running dynamically. So based on the end user, the Oracle apps will change dynamically. That's called as the profiles concept here. So today we'll discuss how to set up that profiles and how many levels we're going to set that. So normally we can set it to 4 levels: site level, application level, responsibility level, and user level. But in the real time, the profiles will set at responsibility level. Later we'll discuss why we set at responsibility level. So before that here, just I will show, okay, now how to change the application running dynamically. Then we'll discuss the theoretically. Now I'm going to Oracle applications. So go to purchasing, vision operations USA. Then open purchase order form. Purchase orders, purchase orders. So by default here, as of now, okay, na, I can able to create a POS for the vision operations. This is the operating unit. So right now I'm connecting to only vision operations. That's a US operating unit. By default, I'm getting the currency code as the dollar. I can able to create a POS for the US. I can able to view the data for US only. I can't connect it to the Germany. I can't connect to the India. So now I'm going to change the profile. Now I want to connect it to Germany. Instead of connecting to US, I want to connect it to the Germany. We'll discuss that here. So simple setup. Yeah, nothing is there. So you have to go to system administrator. There's a concept of profile, then system. So again, I will repeat, go to system administrator, a profile, then system. We have the 4 levels are there: site level, application, responsibility, user level. Ignore the server and organization here. We won't use in real time, but most of the times we'll prefer to go with the responsibility level. But as of now, I will go with the user level. User, my username is the Ramo. Then the profile name is the Yumho colon multi-arc operating unit. It's one of the profile that's given by the Oracle. Yumho colon. You guys should remember that, yeah, the profile name. Okay, na? And keep in your mind. Yumho colon operating unit. What's one of the profile name? Click on the find button. Okay. So now here by default, I'm connecting to the US operating unit, vision operations. US means vision operations. So at the user level, this is the site level, application level, responsibility level. The topmost bracket is the user level. User level, I'm changing to the Vision Germany. Overwriting Vision Germany. Okay. So at user level, I'm changing to Vision Germany. Click on save button. Click on save button. That's it. Yeah. So simple setup. It won't take much time. Yeah. So now onwards, Ramo will connect it to the only Vision Germany, Germany operating unit. Even he can create a POS only for the Germany. He can't touch for the other operating units. So we'll see that here, whether it will work or not. The setup is completed. Now I'm going to purchasing, Vision Operations USA. I'm opening purchase order form, purchase orders. Now you could say, okay, I can't change it to US. I could create a POS only for the Germany. That too, my default currency is the euro. I can create a POS in the euro currency. I can't in the INR, I can't in the US dollar. So this is called as the profile. By setting up small setup, yeah, it's called as the profile. We can change the end user access. The end user now, Ramo, will connect it to only Germany. You can create a POS or you can view the data only for the Germany. This is called as the profile setup. It's a simple setup. It won't take much time. Now we'll discuss. Yeah. Okay. So it is an option, nothing but a setup to change the way of application running dynamically. We just now we see. So I change it to Germany instead of connecting to the US. Now I'm connecting to the Germany operating unit. So we'll set profiles at 4 levels. Already we discussed the site level, application, responsibility, user level. But most precedence is the sorry, user level is the max precedence. Then below is the responsibility, then application, the least is the site level. Least is the site level. Like, so what is the navigation to check all the profiles? Just now I shown only one profile, MO operating unit. So Oracle has given total of 8,300 profiles. Suppose I want to view all the profiles, then the navigation is you have to go to application developer. Just you have to go to application developer, then profile, application developer, then the profile. This is the navigation. Just to press Control F11 here, Control F11. You could see all. Press the down arrow one by one. We could see all the profiles. Otherwise, I want to see particularly my profile name. Example, MO operating unit. MO operating unit. It's one of the profile given by the Oracle. So you could see it's one of my profile name here. MO operating unit. So this is the user profile name. Then a name. Two important columns, name and user profile name. Name will use by the developers. At last we'll discuss when we will use the name column. And the user profile name will use by the functional people to set the profile. Just now I shown to you. Go to sysadmin responsibility, then profile system, then select the user level and enter this profile name. So that is called as a profile functional setup. Normally, that setup won't do done by you guys. That will taken care by the functional people. But anyway, shown to you. So using this user profile name, we can set the environment. And then later I will explain, okay, the name, when we will use the name column as a developer. Okay. So these are the two important columns, name and user profile name. Right. So just now we discussed how to check all the profiles that given by the Oracle, then go to application developer, then the navigation is the profile. Once you open the form, then you can press Control F11, you can view all the records. If yeah, Control F11 is not working, then go with the FN key, function key also. Then okay. Na? So name will use by the developers, user profile name will be used by the functional consultant to set the profile. Already we've seen that, okay, now how to set the profile setup using the user profile now. Out of the 8,300, I shown only one example. That's the MO operating unit. How to set the operating unit. Okay. Next one. The functional consultant will set the profiles. So just now we've seen how to change the RAMO operating unit to the Vision Germany. Okay, now already we've seen that. Then the technical consultant will get profiles in backend, like in the packages or forms, reports, and even shell script also we will get the profiles. So we will discuss later what the use of this one. The technical consultant will get profiles in the backend. Next, how to set up profiles already be done here. Go to sysadmin responsibility, then security, sorry, profile system, then check required level. So now we check the user level, then enter profile name, MO operating unit, and click on the find button and go to user level and change the value to Vision Germany. So once you save that record, then Ramo will connect it to Vision Germany instead of the US operating unit. Okay, na? So that's called as the changing the or setting the profile value. So one of the example, MO operating unit. Okay, na? To set the to connect it to the particular operating unit. Like that, the Oracle has given 8,300 options are there. Yeah, not only 1 year, 8,300 options are there. So your currency, your language also, your date format also. Like that, 8,300 profiles given by the Oracle. Like now, yeah. So Oracle has given the 4 levels: site level, application level, responsibility level, user level. We'll discuss here. Site level is the default, yeah. That means anybody can connect it to the site level. Now I will ask a query, sir. Please listen carefully. Site level is the default level. Anybody can connect it to the site level. Okay, and then next level is the application. It will override the site. You can ignore your application. We won't use in the real time. Okay. So responsibility can override the site and application level. Suppose if I set some valid responsibility level, then site and application is the dummy. Oracle won't consider that. Then responsibility is the max precedence. Then at last year, user. User is the max precedence. So if the profile set at a user level, then Oracle will consider that value. And then site level application responsibility is the dummy level. Okay. Na? So when you log into Oracle applications, by default, Oracle will look into your user level. Is there any profile is set or not? If the profile is set, then Oracle will consider that one. Then set the environment. You will connect it to the operating unit. So if the user level is not set, then next level is the responsibility. Oracle will look into the responsibility and read the profile for you. Then if these two levels are not set, then it will go to application. If these three levels are not set, the least level is the default level is the site level. The site is applicable to anybody. Anybody can connect to the site level. Okay, so these are the four levels we'll discuss here. Then maybe okay, you have some queries are there. Everything will be resolved. Okay, once we discuss this hierarchy. So first listen here carefully. Now I'm going to ask some queries. So we have four users are there. Nilima, she belongs to US. Then Swati belongs to Germany. Then Mahesh belongs to India. Then Lekha belongs to super user. She can work for US, India, and Germany. Just assume here three users, normal users, and one super user. Super user means they do have extra permissions. They can connect it to any operating unit. We'll discuss how it will work. Okay. Nilima should work only for the US country. Swati should work only for the Germany. Mahesh would work for only India. But Lekha should work for US, India, and Germany. How it is possible? We will discuss that here. Okay. Just assume here in my company, three responsibilities are there. PO US responsibility, PO India responsibility, PO Germany responsibility. Okay. Then we'll discuss. Okay. So site level here, I set MO operating unit value is the US. Listen here carefully. Site level, MO operating unit. That means operating unit value is US. Then assume application level, responsibility level, user level, it's a blank. Okay, na? So no setup at these three levels. Only site level is there. Only site level. MO operating unit is the US. Then application, responsibility, and user level, no setup, no profile setup. It's a blank. Assume. Now here, Nilima log into Oracle applications and open the PO responsibility. So now tell me here, she will work for which operating unit?
All operating units.
నో 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 నో. అక్కడ
యూఎస్
నేను ఎక్కడ చెప్పలేదు. నీలిమ నేను ఓన్లీ సైట్ లెవెల్ యూఎస్ మాత్రమే చెప్పాను. ఇంకా నేను ఎక్కడ ఇండియా కానీ జర్మనీ కానీ చెప్పలేదు ఎక్కడ ఇంకా నేను ఆ సెటప్ ఇంకా రాలేదు. సో వెన్ నీలిమ లాగ్ ఇన్ టు వరాకల్ అప్లికేషన్స్ బై డిఫాల్ట్ షీ విల్ వర్క్ ఫర్ ఓన్లీ వన్ ఆపరేటింగ్ యూనిట్. వాట్ ఇస్
US,
దట్?
US, US.
పర్ఫెక్ట్. నౌ హియర్ స్వాతి లాగ్ ఇన్ టు వరాకల్ అప్లికేషన్స్. నౌ షీ విల్ వర్క్ ఫర్ విచ్ కంట్రీ?
జర్మన్
That's,
నో
oh,
నో.
sorry, US, US.
యుఎస్
US. That's a good answer. Okay, everybody will connect it to the site level. The reason is these three levels, the profiles values are the blank. Now, Mahesh log into Oracle applications. Now he will work for which country?
US.
US. Super, yeah. That means all, wow, okay, now whatever the users are there in the Oracle applications, everybody will connect it to the site level. That is called as the US. They can work for only US. But this is the wrong. This is just a dummy here, site level. In real time, we won't depend on the site level. Now here, I am changing to forget about applications. No one will use. So in my company, three responsibilities are there. PO US responsibility. In this responsibility level, for this profile, I set US. For the PO India responsibility, I set India. For PO Germany responsibility, I set Germany. That means operating unit is the Germany. Now, Nilima have access to the three responsibilities. I given permissions to the PO US responsibility, PO India responsibility, PO Germany responsibility. This responsibility can override the site. Now site is the dummy. Okay. Now tell me the answer here. Nilima log into Oracle applications. Now she moved to PO US responsibility. She will work for which country?
US.
US. Same Neelima, click on switch responsibility and say selected PO India responsibility. Now she will work for which country?
India.
India.
India. By changing the responsibility, small setup here, by changing the responsibility, Neelima, earlier it is connecting to US, now it is connecting to India. Same Neelima, go to Germany responsibility, then she will work for the Germany. Super here, okay? Na? So one user can connect it to the multiple operating units by changing the responsibility. Okay. So same concept is applicable for Swati also will work for US, India, Germany by changing the responsibility. The same is applicable for Mahesh also. The same is applicable for Lekha also. Okay, so this is called the responsibility level. Now, at user level, I am locking Nilima to US, then I am locking Swati to Germany, I am locking Mahesh to India. Just look into my screen carefully. Nilima, user level US, this is the max precedence, max level. Okay, it can overwrite all the site level application responsibility. These three are the dummy. It won't work out. The Nilima, I'm locking at the US level. Swati, she will work for only for Germany. Mahesh, India. Now here, Nilima log into Oracle applications and she connected to PO US responsibility. Now she will work for which country?
Yes, sir.
US. Same Nilima log into Oracle applications and she changed it to PO India responsibility. Now she will work for which country?
US only.
So super, yeah. At any cost, whatever the responsibility, even the responsibility name is the POIN responsibility, but profile is saying that she will work only for the US. So based on the responsibility, don't judge here. That means the responsibility name is the POIN res. That means you are connecting to India. That's wrong. That is depending upon the profile. So at any cost, Nilima should work only for one country, even she change the responsibility. So I locked at US level. Then Swati also. Swati can connect to only for the Germany operating unit. Even she go to PY US responsibility, it won't connect to US. It will connect to only Germany. The reason is now the Swati is locked at to user level. Then Mahesh, India. Okay, now Mahesh can work only for Indian operating unit. This is called as the user level, yeah. But in the real time, no company will set at user level. The reason is if I say lock at user level, example Lekha is there. Lekha is the super user. She has to work for all the countries. If I lock Lekha at user level, it will create a problem. She will work only for one country. That's why here in real time the profiles won't set at user level. They will set at only the responsibility level. So in real time, Neelima have access to only PO US. Swati will have access to only the PO India. Mahesh will have access to only the PO Germany. Okay, but Lekha will have access to all three responsibilities. Then, based on the country requirement, she is navigate to the particular responsibility, and she will work for that operating unit. So this is called as the profiles here. So, but I shown to the user level just now in the Oracle applications, but the right is the responsibility level. Okay, you can set it responsibility level, but this setup will done by the functional people, not by you. They will take care. So which user will connect to the which operating unit. Okay, na? So those people, functional people will take care. You are not the right person there. Okay, na? But as a developer, we should know. Later we'll discuss. So now here we came to know the profiles will set at four levels: site level, application level, responsibility level, user level. User is the max precedence. Then site level is the default one. That's a dummy. We can call it as the dummy. But in real time, we'll set the profiles at responsibility level. Okay. So this is called as the profile concept again. Okay. So in real time, the profiles will set at a responsibility level. But anyway, user level is the max precedence. That will overwrite everything. But you will see blank values in real time. Okay, at user level. Only we can see at responsibility level. Okay. Forget about this here. But as a developer, what should I do? We will discuss that one. Yeah. Okay. So Oracle has given 8,300 profiles. Out of that year, just now we discussed the MO operating unit. That means for which operating unit we will work. Okay, na? So that's one of the example. That's arg underscore ID. So like that, okay, na? Some important profiles are there. like a GL ledger name. Then this is the backend profile name. HR business group. Here belongs to which business group? Then your date format mask, then numeric characters like a comma, dot, comma. Two options are there worldwide. Maybe, but Indian guys are using the okay comma dot. Germany guys are using the dot comma. That's depending upon the required the country. Yeah. So which character set you want to say? It's called as the ICX numeric character sets. Okay. Now by setting this profile, this value will change. By default for Indian guys, you could see the comma dot. Okay, for Germany's, we will change it to the dot comma. Okay, so like that, 8,300 profiles are there. No need to remember all here, but these are the important profile. MO operating unit, ledger ID, ledger name, business group, date format mask, and ICX numeric character set. Okay, na? For this, sir, username, user ID, to know who log into Oracle applications. So some important keywords, username, uh, with that, we're going to come to know who log into Oracle applications. Then user ID, through which responsibility now they're into. We will get that. RESP application ID, RESP ID, some important keywords are later we will use this. Okay, na? With this keyword, we will come to know who log into Oracle applications. Multiple users are logging. Example, I developed one package. Which user is going to submitting that programs? By using this keyword, I will get it. Through which responsibility is going to submit that programs? I will get that here. So this important keywords, you guys should know username, user ID, resp underscore name, resp underscore ID. Okay, na? Suppose if I want to, okay, na, know the user is right now in which operating unit, the keyword is the arg underscore ID. With this keyword, I will come to know the user is login to which operating unit. What ఏ operating unit లో వాడు వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాడో నేను చెప్పగలుగుతాను. By using the keyword arg underscore ID. That will discuss later. Yeah, okay, na? Okay. So this is about okay, na? User profile name and name. Name will use by the technical people to get the profiles. అంటే ఏ యూజర్ ఏ వాల్యూ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాడు మనకు అనుకోవడానికి ద యూజర్ ప్రొఫైల్ నేమ్ విల్ యూజ్ బై ద ఫంక్షన్ పీపుల్ టు సెట్ ద ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ అంటే నీలిమ ఏ కంట్రీకి వర్క్ చేయాలి దెన్ ఓకేనా లేక ఏ కంట్రీకి వర్క్ చేయాలి బట్ ఐ వాంట్ గెట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ ఇన్ మై కోడ్ నీలిమ ఏ కంట్రీకి వర్క్ చేస్తుంది నాకు కావాలి బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో దెన్ యాజ్ అ డెవలపర్ ఐ విల్ యూజ్ ద కీవర్డ్ యాజ్ ద ఆర్గ్ అండర్ స్కోర్ ఐడి then in Nilima, who log into Oracle applications? By using the keyword username, I will come to know whether the Nilima login or Leka login or Swati login, whatever it may be. Okay. So these are all the backend keywords. As a developers, you guys please okay na by heart some okay important profiles are like arg underscore ID, GL setup books ID, then date format mask, numeric character set, username, user underscore ID, resp underscore name, resp underscore ID. These are the important keywords. Okay, na? Normally we'll use in our code. So this is about okay, na? Profile concept here. Nothing is there. Just changing the small setup. The user can go to the different okay, na? Country or maybe different look and feel or different concept. That's called as the profile. Just you have to go to simply system administrator, profile, system. That's it. You can select the required level and enter the profile name and choose your value, what value you want to. Okay, that's it here. Click on the save button. Then the environment will change for the end user. Okay, so it's called as the profile, sir. Now we'll go at last as a developer, what we have to do in real time. Yeah. I'm going to give small requirement here. So there is a okay, na? PO underscore, listen carefully. PO underscore headers underscore all table is there. Whenever the Nilima create a PO, or Mahesh will create a PO, or Lekha will create a PO, or Swati will create a PO, the data will store in the PO header, sir. Listen here carefully. Okay, now who log into Oracle applications? Forget about that. Okay, now all the data will store in the PO header cell table. Okay. Now Neil, okay, na, Gangadhar is the developer. He developed one report. Okay, now only one report. That report name is called as the PO report and given the permissions to the all the users like Nilima, then Swati, then Mahesh. Whenever Nilima run the report, only one report, the report name is the PO report, then assign to all the end users, Nilima, Swati, and Mahesh. When Nilima submit a report, Nilima could see the data for which operating unit? Nilima ఏ కంట్రీకి చూడాలి డేటా? యుఎస్కి. Then Swati will see the data for Germany. The same report run by the Mahesh. Mahesh could see the only for the Indian operating unit data. At any cost, Nilima won't see the data for the India and Germany. Swati could see only for the Germany. At any cost, Swati won't see the data for the India and the US. Vice versa, Mahesh can see the only data for the India. Okay. But as a developer, the report, only one report, no multiple reports. How I can restrict the data? How I can manage the data? మీరు చెప్పాలి ఇప్పుడు. అది గట్టి మై పాయింట్. రిపోర్ట్ ఒకటే డెవలప్ చేస్తాము, బట్ మల్టిపుల్ యూజర్స్ ఉంటారు వాళ్ళు. ఎవరు రన్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళ కంట్రీ డేటానే రావాలి, వేరే డేటా రావద్దు. ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు మీకు పిఓ హెడర్స్ టేబుల్లో ఆర్గ్ ఐడి అని ఒక కాలం ఉంటుంది, ఆర్గ్ అండర్ స్కోర్ ఐడి. ఓకేనా? సో ఇది మీకు మారిపోతూ ఉంటుంది, నథింగ్ బట్ ఆపరేటింగ్ యూనిట్ ఐడి. సో నీలిమకు అంటే యూఎస్కి ఒక వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యూఎస్కి 204 అనుకుందాము, జర్మనీకి 209 అనుకుందాము, ఇండియాకి 300. ఓకేనా? సో వెన్ ఎవర్ నీలిమా క్రియేట్ పిఓ డాక్యుమెంట్, ఇట్ విల్ సేవ్ ఇన్ ద పిఓ హెడర్స్, బట్ ద కాలం నేమ్ ఆర్గేడి వాల్యూ ఇస్ ద 204. But same, okay, na, PO created by the Swati for the Germany operating unit, the data will store in the PO headers are, but the operating in RGD value is the 209, the value. So whatever the POs are creating by the Swati, that many times the RGD will save as a 209. Then if Mahesh create a PO document, then RGD value is the 300. Okay, this value you can get it from the table HR operating units. Already we discussed that. HR underscore operating underscore units. Okay. Na? So now here I'm going to write a report. Just look into my screen. Select the star from PO underscore headers underscore all lakhs of data is there. Where org underscore ID. So if Nilima login, this RGD will get dynamically 204. Okay, if Swati login, so dynamically she has to get a 209. Same report run by the Mahesh, he has to get 300. So here I'm writing a small keyword here, fnd underscore profile dot value of, you have to pass the keyword org underscore ID. That's it, yeah. So this is called as the, okay, na, getting the profile from backend. So as a developer, you have to think about only this one here. If you write this statement, fnd profile dot value of argid, so only one report, only one query only. At runtime, if Nilima login, this enter keyword will change it to the 204. If same report login by Swati and submit, so this enter keyword fnd profile dot value of argid will change it to the 209. Same for Mahesh run, it will go to the 300. Automatically, Nilima will get the data for the US country. Swati will get the data for the Germany. Mahesh will get the data for the India. So please, sir. So as a developer, in this entire profile topic, you should know the only one keyword that is called as the how to get profiles in the backend. The keyword is the fnd underscore profile dot value. Then you have to pass your profile name. So here I want to get the arg ID. I am passing the keyword is the arg underscore ID. That's it. At runtime, the Oracle will take care. Yeah. Okay. Na? To replace this enter keyword with the right value. So based on your user login. Okay. Na? So as a developer, so we have to maintain the data security when you develop any reports or packages or any form development to maintain the data security. For that, we are going to use one extra keyword that's called as fnd underscore profile dot value. With that keyword, we are going to get the right value of the user. Then we can filter the data. Instead of displaying all the data, the user could see the only the corresponding operating unit data. So this is here. So the profiles will set by the functional people. The profiles will set by the functional people to set the environment. అంటే నీలిమ అనే అమ్మాయి ఏ కంట్రీకి వర్క్ కావాలి, మహేష్ అనే అతను ఏ కంట్రీకి వర్క్ కావాలి. బట్ అది ఓకే, డేటా సెక్యూరిటీ ఓకే. బట్ తర్వాత రిపోర్ట్స్ డెవలప్ చేస్తే కనుక నీలిమ ఓన్లీ యూఎస్ డేటా మాత్రమే చూడాలి, స్వాతి ఓన్లీ జర్మనీ చూడాలి, మహేష్ ఓన్లీ ఇండియా చూడాలి. That is a developer work. So as a developer, when you develop any reports here, so you have to put this condition like a org underscore ID equal to these conditions, then the data will filter at runtime to maintain the security. సో అంటే ఒక యూజర్ ఇంకొక కంట్రీ డేటా చూడొద్దు మనకు. సో ఐ వాంట్ టు మెయింటైన్ ద ప్రాపర్ డేటా సెక్యూరిటీ. సో యాజ్ అ డెవలపర్ వెన్ యూ రైట్ రిపోర్ట్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు మెయింటైన్ ద ప్రాపర్ కాంటెక్స్ట్. వాట్ అబౌట్ లేక? లేఖకి ఏమవుతుంది ఇప్పుడు? లేఖ ఇస్ ద సూపర్ యూజర్. అప్పుడు ఆమెకి ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుంది?
ఆల్
Hmm.
డేటా వస్తుంది సార్.
ఎలా వస్తుంది ఆల్ డేటా అమ్మాయికి?
ఆల్రెడీ ఆల్ పిఓస్ అసైన్ అయ్యిందండి సార్.
ఎస్, కరెక్ట్. అమ్మాయికి అన్ని యాక్సెస్ ఉంటుంది. సో అమ్మాయి ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే కనుక ఫస్ట్ ఈ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీకి వెళ్తుంది లేక పిఓ యుఎస్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీకి వెళ్ళిపోయి రిపోర్ట్ రన్ చేస్తుంది. యుఎస్ డేటా వస్తుంది. మళ్ళీ అమ్మాయి పిఓ ఇండియా రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీకి వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ రిపోర్ట్ రన్ చేస్తుంది. ఇండియా డేటా వస్తుంది. పిఓ జర్మనీకి వెళ్ళి రిపోర్ట్ రన్ చేస్తే జర్మనీ డేటా. లైక్ దట్, బికాస్ లేక విల్ హ్యావ్ యాక్సెస్ టు 3 రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్. సూపర్ యూజర్ కాబట్టి ఆమెకు కంట్రీని బట్టి డేటా వస్తుంటుంది. బట్ నీలిమ, స్వాతి వచ్చేసి ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎ సూపర్ యూజర్, నార్మల్ యూజర్స్. దే విల్ హ్యావ్ యాక్సెస్ టు ఓన్లీ ద వన్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ఇన్ రియల్ టైమ్. సో దే కెన్ గెట్ ద రైట్ డేటా. బట్ ఫర్ లేఖ షీ హ్యాస్ టు చేంజ్ ద రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ, దెన్ షీ విల్ గెట్ ద రైట్ డేటా. So this is called as the very, very important here. In the entire profile topic, you guys should remember as a developer how to read profiles from backend, how to get profiles from backend. The answer is fnd underscore profile dot value. Here you have to pass the keyword profile underscore name. Total 8,300 keywords are there. One of the keyword is the org-id. May you can pass the username, may you can pass the user ID, may you can pass the resp name, may you can pass the anything. But here I shown only one example, org underscore ID. In place of the org underscore ID, may you can pass the 8,300 keywords are there. That many keywords given by the Oracle. So no need to remember here. One or two n is enough. Like org ID is one is important. Username is the important. Then the resp name is also important for us. Forget about remaining keywords. Depending upon the requirement here, we will get it from the Google and we will replace that. No need to remember all the profiles. Okay. So this is about profile stack. So any queries here? సో అట్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ చిన్న నేను ఒక్కటే ఒకటి అడుగుతా మిమ్మల్ని, నాకు ఆన్సర్ చెప్పండి. సో టుడే గంగాధర్ లాగిన్ టు Oracle applications. First develop a procedure. Develop a procedure. Listen here carefully. ఇది నాకు ఈరోజు సొల్యూషన్ కావాలి మీ సైడ్ నుంచి. దెన్ స్టెప్ 2, compile procedure. Compile procedure. Step 3, define executable. Next, define concurrent program. Next step, attach concurrent program to request group. Concurrent program to request group. Next, change responsibility. Submit program through SRS window. Okay.